Hello and welcome back to another Parker Baits video. For some of you guys that don't know me, my name's Lewis. I'm a Parker Baits ambassador and we're here today at Birch Lake with another ambassador, Tom and Steve Dorset. Some people from Coke and Farm will know him, but we're at Coke and Farm, the new Birch Lake. It opened up this Friday, so the boys of the weekend have had a bit of a fish. Fishing's quite slow. The oxygen levels are down. They come down and got tested yesterday, they're 4, so they're really low at the moment. A few fish have been out, but it has been tough. But we're at 5 o'clock, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning now. So me and Tom are going to head down and see if we can get on a little day session, maybe on one of the other lakes, Oak, Meadow, wherever we can get on really. I'm going to do a few hours there, we'll show you what we're doing, but we're going to do a little insight video on the Parker Baits fruit and nut and show you what it's really about. A lot of the guys down here use the OG fish, and it is a mega bait, catches you a lot of fish, but none of you guys realise how much the fruit and nut is actually devastating. So I want to put you through and just show you a few tactics and a few bits that I use, and hopefully we can get a few fish on the bank. Come on the carp. Bosh.
Come on the carp.
Come on Tommy boy. Right, and this session is also going to be a little match. Me, Tom, Steve, all against all. Little friends here, they'll see what happens. I'll tell you what, you got 5 minutes from this now, whoever's watching this video live, to comment who you think's going to win. And then we'll do a little, to everyone that gets right. Oh, whatever, getting stuck in mud here. For everyone that gets right, we'll do like, we'll put all your names in a bucket and I'll pick one out. And one lucky winner was going to win a 5 kilo bundle deal of fruit and nut. So a little fruit and nut, 10ml fruit and nut bundle. Whoever comments below who wins, and you've got 5 minutes to do that so now. Show you where the best stand is.
Louis into the first one of the session.
So we're not booked on until 5 o'clock in the swims next door. So me and Tom have decided, obviously, instead of sat here for the day, just to chuck the rods out in another swim. And yeah, literally, it's been out in 30 seconds this one. On a yellow fruit and nut wafter. The only one I have on yellow. And yeah, it's gone straight away.
Nice scaly one.
Guys,
number 1. That's how devastating the fruit and nut is. 30 seconds that was in the water, that right hand rod. Little yellow magic bean just fell off, like you can see it in the water. Oh, a nice scaly banger. Come on, a carp. So there it is, fish number 1. Probably about £12 or so.
£12, yeah.
£12-ish.
Scaly
fully
banger.
scaled, absolute belter. You can't go wrong for 30 seconds fishing. Yellow fruit and nut magic bean over a small scattering of 10ml fruit and nut boilies. Yeah, 30 seconds later. Bosh, I don't even think the bag melted before this one at the bait. Yeah, we're in this swim for another 3 or 4 hours before we can move into our swims.
Off she goes.
Come on the carp. There you go, Steve. Look, this is Steve's little wagon, fishing wagon.
my little passion wagon. Generator. Fridge. Lou's got a nice bit of steak and some sausages and burgers in it.
Sausages.
Lou the chef.
Feast tonight. That little storage for his gear. Look.
On the old pop top. If you don't like a bivvy, climb up top.
So can you, if you don't need a bivvy, can you sleep up there? Can you?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah,
the top comes up. Oh yeah,
and that's about as well underneath there. So take all your kit out, sleep on top
Topping
of
and
that.
tailing there tonight with Steve.
With you and
2 more hours and we can move over to our swim. So at the moment, the competition actually hasn't started. We're going to do a 3-way competition between us, and yeah, we're going to start when we all get the rods out in our swims, when the bivvies are set up and that. We're going to start the comp then. But we've had one so far. We've only been here 10 minutes.
Yeah. You know what you want to do?
Hopefully we can get a few more before we move over. The fish have been shouting mid-water, so a lot of people have been fishing to the back bank on the island. But I've just chucked one mid-water, and that's what's done the bite straight away. So we've all 3 big rods back. And hopefully we can get a few bites.
And if that comes out, then that's what causes it. I'll put soft working on that. Where is it on that one? Can you do it, mate? No, no, you can't do it, man. Fuck me.
It's something
You can do it with fucking baby white, mate.
Sent the other day then, Steve, about giving Ben a massage.
Yeah, it was meant to be message. not massage.
Yeah. That's what they all say.
Got me A's and E's mixed up, mate.
Any happy endings? Or? 10 minutes of action and disappeared, didn't they? Right, we're over in Steve's Peg for the next 2 nights. Although it's only a small peg, it's got actually quite a lot of water and some good little spots. It's got the bridge which the fish will be in and out of. The margins up there looks naughty. Happy with it, Steve?
Yeah, I think the wind's blowing through on it. Any fish that are coming between that half of the lake and this half, going to get first go at them. Works both ways, so if the wind changes round. And
a few fish was coming out down there, and so the 2 pegs
this end, yeah,
on this back end, they were doing really well just before they packed up and left. And then them 2 pegs over there is where me and Tom's going to be, so we're waiting to move in there. And now we have another friend coming up. My good friend Charlie's coming up to do a couple of nights with us, so he's going to be involved in the competition. So it's going to be a 4-way now, all against all.
Happy days.
But the best man win then, Steve?
Yep, certainly, mate, certainly.
So what are you going to be using? Are you going to use the OG fish, fruit and nut?
I'll be using both.
So you're going to be using both?
Yeah, I think this time of the year fruit and nut's going to come into its own, so we'll be concentrating 2 rods on that, 1 on the fish. Probably walk 1 rig round off that little bridge there. It's only 7 reps across to the post on my boundary.
Yeah, we'll see that in a minute anyway.
But hopefully if there's no one in that peg, I'll utilise that water as well, because it's just that bit wider. Yeah, I think we'll have a few fish. There's been a few out today. I know the pressure's up. The oxygen levels are down a little bit and it's a new lake, so it's a little bit unknown, but yeah, I think we'll have a few.
Happy days. And he's staying in the shagging wagon tonight. No bivvy over, no bivvy up.
No bivvy for me, mate.
Straight up.
For all that. Nice
Good
and
man.
easy in the top there. So, yeah.
Right, let's get your rods out then, son.
Yeah, they're over 20 years old. Just had them refurbed. Nice old school Century NG2s, 2.7. Yeah, mixed size pellets, high oil.
You enough bait there, mate, yeah?
Yeah, can't have too much, mate. You can always take it home. But if you ain't got it, you can't use it.
OG fish, fruit and nut chops, game changer. 80ml OG fish, 10ml fruit and nut, 40ml OG fish, 10ml fruit and nut. Hopefully we're going to use all this session.
2 bags ready to go.
That's what Stevie boy's chucking out. Do you reckon this is going to win you the comp, yeah? You're going to win on this.
Let's think so, mate, eh? Let's think so. Fingers crossed. No, it's a bit of banter. As long as we all get a few fish, I don't care.
That's all that matters, mate,
Happy
don't
to
it?
come last, mate.
As long as I win, that's all that matters.
As long as you win, you're happy. Why not? fish mix.
Scream out.
Right, that's fruity. Where is my fish? It's in that green one.
Fruit and nut pellet. Oh, can't beat the smell of this fruit and nut pellet, can you?
Brilliant, mate. Right, we want a little bit of fish in there.
It's like a biscotti biscuit. Oh,
yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
oh, it's lovely.
Right, what's in bag?
We should bring out OG fruit and nut chocolate bar, shouldn't we?
Should do.
Oh, that's the goodness, boy.
They're ready to go. Let's keep the lid on next.
Rod is just absolutely belted off. And I'm playing it for a good 4 or 5 minutes. Tom's come in to grab the camera from the car because it's on charge. And it's popped off. But we've got about another 2 hours to go and then we can move into our pegs. Sort of calmed down there at the moment. They had like an hour of absolute carnage. Everyone around the lake was catching. And I was just gone a little bit quiet. I've had that run then, so that is a good sign. But I don't want to put any bait in until we can get into our pegs. So once we get into our pegs, I'm going to get a load of fruit and nut ready. Just make a little bucket up now. Fruit and nut, pellet, fruit and nut, 10mm bullies. I'm going to put a load of glug in that in it. And I want to just spread it. I want to just put a spread of about 2 kilos on my swim. Just to start myself off for the first 48 hours. And have it probably a rod length off that back of the island. And then have 2 rods fishing on that. And then just keep the 3rd rod close in and fish mid-water. But yeah, been here for a few hours, we've had a few bites. Steve's just got his rods out over there. Charlie's on his way. Yeah, it's going to be a good session, I reckon. Right, so this is what I'm going to do for a little mix. At the moment, I haven't got a spare bucket. I don't know why I haven't got a spare bucket, but they're all filled out with pellet and stuff like that, and boilies. So I've got a 1/4 bag of the 10mm OG fruit and nut. These are absolutely mega. You can't go wrong with them. Powdered hemp coating, just to finish them off. And they're absolutely dangerous. So we're gonna have a 1/4 bag of them. And then I'm just gonna add some fruit and nut pellet. Give that a little mix. We've got a little bit of pellet in there, so it's all small. And then I'm just going to get the fruit and nut sauce. And this is absolutely lovely. It's got the tiger nut in it as well. Oh, it smells amazing. It smells amazing. So,
You're away.
Oh, I'm in. Sorry, I'm in. There you go. I'm just going to pour some of that in there. And I'm going to go get its fish. That's the rod that I've just cast back out. How about that then? And this is just over small bags at the moment, so obviously they're not in my swim that I'm meant to be fishing for the 48 hours. I'm just casting yellow magic beans over there, fruit and nut magic beans, with just a small package of 10mm fruit and nut boilies over the top. And that's the 3rd bite we've had. And how long we had the rods out with? A few hours, and it's not been long. 3 bites in a few hours. So a lot of people up here have been fishing the OG fish and they haven't seen the fruit and nut nowhere near as much. And I'm telling you now, in these colder months, it's an absolute game changer. Have a little small 10mm fruit and nut boilies over a small hook bait will catch you a ridiculous amount of fish. It's got a nice little belly to be fair. It's a lovely looking fish, this one. And that's fish number 3. 4 runs for me, lost 1 and landed 3. A lovely looking comment. I'm telling you, this one in the future is going to be an absolute belter. And another one to the fruit and nut magic bean yellow, topped off with a little bag of that mix that you've shortly just seen me make. A little bit of pellet, a little bit of fruit and nut boilie, and a nice bit of tiger nut sauce. Oh, fruit and nut tiger nut sauce. Happy days. Right, before I was rudely interrupted by that fish, this is what the finishing touch is, and that's just, oh, zoom in, that's just a 10mm OG fish boilies, a little bit of liquid and some pellet. And honestly, the smell of it is amazing. If Terrace Chocolate Orange and Snickers had a baby, that's exactly what it'd smell like. See all that powdered hemp as well, that's from the boilies. Oh, how about that? He's got no. A couple of little knocks on the right hand one then. This is only a boilie and pellet only water, so obviously hence the reason I'm only using this. But anywhere else I would stick obviously a little bit of corn in there, maybe some hemp, and yeah, just play about with it. But honestly, this winter, especially down Coking Farm, this is a game changer.
This one fell to a pink fruit and nut magic beam with some 10mm OG fruit and nut in a bag with a bit of OG fruit and nut pellet. Happy days.
That's fish number 2 for you as well, Tom, isn't it?
Yep. Had a small one earlier. Unfortunately, the camera had run out of battery.
Yeah, nice. Well done, mate.
Sweet.
Let's get her back and then get that rod back out, son.
Get some more.
Come on. Right, I was going to show you through the rig that I've been using to catch these fish. I've got about 20 minutes before we can move into our swim, so I'll quickly go. So I've got the 20-pound end trap semi-stiff. You focused on that?
Yep.
Yep. And I'll take off probably about 12 inches. Give it a bit of snip. Then I'll get to about, say, 3.5 inches of the end of it, and I just use my teeth to strip that. And then I'll grab a size 6 barbless wide gape, just a small one, thread the hole, thread it through the front of the eye to the back, and then fold it back on itself and push it back through the eye of the hook to create my D section. And then I'll grab a micro ring swivel, put it over the loop, and then fold that over the top of the shank of the hook, which creates more D. I normally pulls that down till where if it was a micro barb, where the micro barb would be, so it's in line as high as that. Maybe you can see that. And then I'll go around a handful of times, depending on how far the end of the hook link where I've stripped off. I probably like to leave ½ an inch on the end, just so I've got enough room for movement. And then put that back through the back to the eye of the hook, like so. Pull that nice and tight, slip off the tag end, and then I'll grab a small amount of shrink tube, probably about ½ an inch long as well, and then I'll put that down the line onto the bottom of the hook to create a kicker, like that. And I like to leave it, if you can see carefully, there's that little small bit of line which has been stripped back left over, so I like to leave that little bit showing for the movement, so when the fish plug the bait, the hook's got more chance of turning around and hooking. And then I should be using a kettle, but I'm just going to use the lighter quickly. And just give that a little bend, just to create a nice little kicker. Like so. Absolutely perfect. I'm going to touch cord down. And there's the rig basically made. Bang. Every time. And then anti-tangle. Straight on the end, and I put this on my quarter rig board, hook it onto there, and I'll measure it roughly 8 inches. 7 to 8 inches is normally more preferable sort of thing. When I'm dropping it on a boat, I like to have it a little bit smaller, say 7, and when I'm casting, I like to have it 8, just in case I am fishing a silty water and the lead does plug a little bit. or know that my rig is still doing what it should be. A little pull like that, lovely job. Trim off the tag end. Pull the anti-tangle sleeve up. And then I'll use a small amount of this ESP putty, and I found this one is the best one on the market. There is no putty like ESP tungsten putty. Mega stuff, and the thing, it just sticks. You cast it out multiple times and it'll still be on there. Unless you've got crayfish eating it, of course. A little bit of putty just before the coated part meets the braid. And yeah, that's it. Bang, every time. Lovely job. Cut that end off. Love it with a lighter. Lovely. That is the rig that has been doing the do. Absolute mega rig, and I use this on most waters. Does fish everywhere I go. Hook turns absolutely incredible, and yeah, I'll just fish that with a bag of a small PVA bag, just hooked on the hook, and I normally wrap a little bit of PVA foam around the hook. So Tom, how's Parker Baits changed your fishing then, mate?
Ever since I've given some to try down Longbridge, and instantly started catching everywhere I've gone. Game changer. So
what's your go-to approach, and what do you do on the lake? What's your favourite of Parker Baits? What do you use when you normally go down to the lake? What's your go-to?
In the summer I tend to fish on the fish with the I like the white magic beans personally myself. And if it's in the winter, I do exactly the same with the fruit and nut and the white magic beans. And
do you put a lot of bait out, or?
I usually put about 20 boilies in the back of the boat if I use a boat.
And then just fish over and a bite as it goes. Do you ever fish over big loads of bait, or?
The only place I ever fish over loads of bait is Lakeside, because I just absolutely love it up there. Every time we put a big bed of bait out there, wipe it out within a few hours.
So talking about Lakeside, you had 7 scale before she passed away. And what an absolute belter that was.
Mate, what a day. It was like it was meant to happen, wasn't it? I turned up, bumped into you and Dan, jumped in next to her, and I was there for half an hour and it was away.
And what did you have her on?
I had her on a white OG Fish Magic Bean.
And over OG Fish Boilies as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll put that fish on the screen now, and what an absolute fish it was. The fish sadly passed away this year. It must have been about 40, 50 years old. Old as you're at, proper old fish. And Tom was one of the last people to catch her before she went. Unfortunately, I lost her in the net in January. It would have been my first fish of the year, and it come off right under the net just as it was going in. But right, Tom's just sending this little concoction out. 10mm fruit and nut boilies with an orange fruit and nut magic bean, and it's just about to get pitch black out there. So yeah, this is what Tom's basically doing on all 3 rods, and he's going to be fishing different colour hook baits on every single one, just to see what he thinks is doing the most bites. So let's let him get it out. Right, the bivvy is up and I'm in my swim. No rods are out at the moment. What I'm going to do, that makes you see me make up earlier on with the fruit and nut boilie, fruit and nut pellet, and a little bit of the fruit and nut sauce, is I'm going to go round now, because you can actually walk round the lake, go over a bridge and onto the island. I'm going to walk over there now and just put about half a kilo all together with the pellet and things, put about half a kilo mix. I want to go put that out and spread a big area in between my markers that I can fish to. So I'll have a nice spread of boilies, probably about a rod length off the island. So I don't want to go too tight because it's quite shallow. So sit back about rod length off. I want to spread probably about 30 foot, a big line of 30 foot bait, just hook baits all over the place. And then I'm going to be casting the bags with yellow magic beans over the top. Not solid bags, I'm going to be hooking them on, just hooking bags onto my D-rigs, put a little bit of foam over the top. And that's what I'm going to do for now. It's starting to get dark. It looks lighter on the camera, but it's a lot darker than what it actually is on the camera. Yeah, that's the plan of action. I'm going to walk around there now, put the bait out, come back, put the rods out there, And I'm not even going to clip them, I'm just going to cast them out there in rough locations around the area where the bait's going to go. So yeah, that's me sorted. I'll be back with ya, hopefully when I've got another fish. If I'm dead tomorrow from food poisoning, it was Steve Dorset. Dinner for tonight. We've all got a hot dog each from the butchers, garlic and herb sausage, and beef brisket burgers. Happy bloody days. Just got back from spreading them boilies. I've just went over to the island, so I'll probably spread about half a kilo, maybe 3/4 of a kilo of boilie pellet and OG fish sauce. I just spread it over about 2 or 3 rod lengths across the island at the front, and this is what I'm fishing it over. So it's 14 wraps for my left hand rod, which is the one I'm getting at now, and maybe probably 14 and a bit to the right hand rod, and then I'm going to sit the middle rod would be 14 and a half, left hand rod's going to be 14, and that's going to be tight to the island. And then the right hand rod I'm going to fish mid water, which I'm just going to pub jack. I'm going to catapult a few boilies over the top, and I'm not going to fish that over bait. I'm just going to fish this like this, a few 10 mils in a bag, fruit and nut, magic bean onto the D-rig, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm going to get the rods out now because it's absolutely pitch black outside, can't see nothing. And hopefully we can get onto a few fish. Well, the competition has started between the 4 of us, and Lewis is into fish number 1.
By the island, wasn't it?
Yeah, kick him right on.
It's all the empty pegs, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's much wider there though.
Oh, where's that line?
That's
a lovely fish. That's a lovely
fish. It's a scaly one, isn't it?
She's fuming.
20 pounder, that's not real. 20 grand.
Yeah.
20's fighting like that, what's a 30 going to fight like in there?
Quite wide behind the head.
Real dark for 16.
When Charlie tried to knock it off, I see the see the shoulders on it.
In she goes.
That's it, where I mate.
Right, fish number 1. Let's get that out on the mat. Might be big enough for a weigh as well. Days.
Mate, that's one. Wide behind the head, 23, isn't it?
That's an absolute plonker.
That's a
There's
plonker,
scales on it.
Mate, that's a lovely looking, that is a lovely fish.
Wide there.
That,
Come out in the net.
absolute plonker.
Just sat here with Tom, watching Ben's video on Birch, as we fish Birch. He's been on the chat, just chatting to the lads. Just waiting for a screamer now, Tom, isn't we?
Yeah, mate. Hopefully I can soon. Plenty of them boshing out in there, I can hear them.
Yeah, they're showing to our right, showing to our left. There's nothing straight out in front of us. I pulled one rod back, so I'm fishing one over that bait just for now, just until I start getting a few more liners and a few more bites, just indicating that the fish are over there feeding on it. I've just pulled a rod back off it, I don't want too many lines over there. So there's one rod on the baited spot, and then I've got one halfway in the left. My left hand rod is about halfway across the lake, and my right hand rod I've gone a bit further down, halfway across the lake as well. So if the fish are mid water, I've got the best of both worlds. But for now, I'm going to sit back, watch the rest of Ben's video, and yeah, see the night through.
Right, first one for Charlie. That didn't take long, did it, mate?
Nah, not long at all. 5 minutes, if that.
Only just had dinner, what, half hour ago? Come back round
fish.
here.
Hit the floor and it went straight off.
Happy days.
Lovely.
It's a bit deeper. I think that foot just pushed back a bit of that island. Doesn't feel like close to the island's only about a foot deep. Proper shallow, so I'll come back half a foot, half a wrap. And that feels a lot better, down to about 4 foot. Yeah, I feel like it's
when
about...
you come that rod back.
Yeah, 100%.
Away again.
Lovely job. Second fish for the competition anyway, this will be. Fish number 4 for me, I've landed this one. The yellow magic bean. Yeah, so she's in the nets. Ooh! Right, there it is, fish number 2. I'm not going to weigh it, probably about £12 this time, would you say?
Yeah, got to be about 12, isn't it? Got a big head on it though.
Every single fish in here is an absolute banger, and they're all really, really young fish. Years to come, I'm telling you now, this lake is going to be the one. I'm telling you, 10 years, this lake will have some monsters in it. But yeah, that's fish number 2. That puts me back in the lead for most fish. Yeah, well happy with that one. Get some pictures, send them back, get them back out, and hopefully bag up tonight. Come on. Oh, left-hander on the baited spot is just absolutely belted off, and that's another belter. There's white magic bean nailed in the bottom. Look at that, lovely. Come on then. £22, isn't it? £22.
£22.
£22, just second 20. And there it is. Fish number 5, fish number 3 for the competition between us lads. Another £20, £22. Absolute belter. Do you know what? I only thought this was a small one, the way it was knitting about and that in the water, but when it come up to the surface, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely belter. And this is another one for the future. Oh my god, this one is going to be a belter. The scales on this side are absolutely mental, just as good as this side. But yeah, it's long this one's over the baited spot as well, so it's making me think about getting the second rod back over there again now. This one was on a white magic bean, so the whites and the yellows so far doing the magic for me. Well, as you see, I've only got one rod down there on the pod now. I'm just about to cast that rod back out after having that 22-pounder. Literally flick my rod back to go cast it, and then the right hand rod's absolutely belted off. Right, fish number 6, fish number 4 of the competition, and another mid-double. Absolute belter. Every single fish in here are going to be absolutely belters. I haven't had one fish that's been out of place. Look at this funny little thing. The shape of this little thing, absolutely massive wrist and tail, and it's just a tiny little fish. Never know, this one might grow into a 40-pounder. Mental old little double back. Yeah, fish number 7. Slip her back. Try to get some sleep. Fish number 9. Fish number 9. Yeah, I think it's fish number 9. An absolute bout. Look at him sticking his dorsal up here. Biggest fish of the session so far, £25, 8 ounces. And to be fair, when I saw the front end of it come up, I thought it was a lot bigger. Absolute unit, and it's still a young fish. This one's definitely going to be a 40-pounder. I don't think it'll be long either. Right, fish number 11. I ended up leaving the rods in last night, so obviously I've got to shoot off in a minute and just do a quick thing. It was absolutely knackered. Every 10 minutes the rod was just belting off. So I left the rods in and just left the right hand rod, the one that hadn't gone. And it weighed all night until this morning before shooting off. And this absolute belter, probably another mid-double. But honestly, the fish in here, I'm lost for words with the look of the fish. This one is another one that's going to be an absolute belter in the future. Big shoulders, big frame. Imagine this at 40-pounder, do you know what I mean? It's insane with the stamp of fish that are in here. But that's it now. I'm just going to go shoot off, have a quick wash, go get this health and safety meeting done with work, and then we'll be back at it, catching small little babies like this. Another one to a fruit and nut magic bean, yellows. Seem to be doing the most damage down there. So, Thomas, after a very, very quiet one for you, and I was going absolutely mental and whilst from next door, but he managed to get on them in the end.
Yeah, finally got one on the bank. I did lose one about 12, struck into it and the hook obviously come out. Yeah, but watching you last night, mate, absolutely having it off. Fish were boshing everywhere. Surprised I didn't have many, to be honest, but that's how it goes sometimes. Finally off the mark in the competition and my third fish of the session. Happy day.
Bosh.
He's gone back round to give him some more bait. The baiting approach seemed to work last night. Hopefully it brings the fish back in. And hopefully we can all start catching some now, because he had it right off last night. It'd be nice if we all had a couple today. At the moment he's kicking all of our backsides at the competition, but that's Louis all over.
Right, back down the lake now. After going for that health and safety this morning, the lads got all their rods in as well. We all reeled in at the same time just to make the competition fair. But yeah, now we're back. We've got the rods back out in the water, and yeah, hopefully we can get the carnage to carry on. Tonight I haven't got to wake up early tomorrow, and we're here till 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, so I'm going to put the effort in tonight. It doesn't matter if I'm tired in the morning, so I'm going to just stay up as late as possible and just keep the rods in the water, and hopefully maybe nick a 30 pounder, one of these new ones, and get the name out. That would be nice. But here we go, Thomas now chucking one of his rods out. Yeah, hopefully next time you see me we've got a few fish on the bank.
Morning everyone. I've been asked to do a video on my camper van and why I bought it by Lewis at Parker Baits. And basically I retired 2 years ago, so I get out at least once every week for 48 hours. And decided to buy myself a camper van. Got grandchildren, so it doubles up for those as well when we go out for days. But yeah, I'll just give you a quick walk round. It's got the pop top there, so swims like this, no need to bivvy up, which is double handy. I've got myself a nice little generator in the back there with a hob and a fridge, so nice and easy on the bank. That folds down to a bed in the back, but as you can see I've got all my kit in there now, so sleep up the top in the pop top. The roof's up at the moment, so it's just a case of pulling that down from my bed. Plenty of storage. Microwave down the bottom and another storage cupboard there. And then we've got a nice little wind out awning, and I've got a safari room there for when it's raining and stuff like that. Loads of room in there for your kit. Yeah, so happy days. Quick little video of why I've gone with Parker Baits and use their bait exclusively. Basically back in March this year I found out about Parker Baits when I started fishing Coking Farm. Knew a few people was on it, and I was catching plenty of fish, but weren't getting amongst the big ones, so I thought, what can I do to change that? And I know that a few people started catching a few of the big fish on Meadow and Oak using Parker Baits. So I went down on the open day, found out some more information, meeting the guys there and what the bait was all about, how it's produced, you know, the ingredients and stuff like that, and it's a quality bait. Immediately switched on to OG Fish mainly to start with, and my results straight away improved. Started catching big fish, which went on to the big linnet oak at 48 pound 8 within 3-4 weeks of starting to use Parker Baits. Now this time of the year I've switched over to OG Fruit and that, same results, getting new 30s on all the complex. I think since March I've had 11 30s and 140 off the complex and numerous 20s. So yeah, my catch rate's really improved. Yeah, I'll just show you through all my baits that I've got. So yeah, pre-made bag of OG fish down there, mini mix, some monster crab flat spot, and some OG fish chops. Sorry, that's my fruit and nut mixed pellet. All my hook baits, wafters, flat spot, bait sprays, magic dust, all the various boilies. That's OG fish pellet. So yeah, all I can really say is it's been a transformation really, going over to Parker Baits, and long may it continue.
Right, happy days. Steve's had the camera over there for a couple of hours, doing a little bit of filming while me and Tom have been over here catching more carp. Another 2 more for me. The other one, what was the other one? I can't even remember. It was a smaller one. And yeah, and this one, another high double. Absolute corker. Every single fish in here are different. They've got their own unique scales. Some of them got clusters, some of them are fully scaled, some of them have got these like little patchy scales that you can see now. Oh, I'm getting a knock now on my other rod. But yeah, well happy with this one. Puts me up to 13 fish for the competition. Tom's had another 2 more, so that puts him up to 3. And since you've been using bags, Tom, with that fruiting nut pellet in there, instead of taking it out with the boat, your fishing's changed as well, and it literally stuck it out there for an hour and you've had 2 already. So hopefully tonight, I ain't got to get up nice and early tomorrow, so I'm going to put the effort in tonight, and hopefully we can get at least over 20 fish for myself and get Tom at least 10. And Tom, you get 10 with you, mate.
Yeah, should I be able to get a few more out?
We've got till 5 o'clock tomorrow. Get on the fruit and nut.
Just a little insight how I'm fishing down here today. I usually use a blowback rig and usually take my baits out on the boat, but after watching Lewis last night catching them on the bags, I've made a little switch this morning. I've made my hooks a bit smaller to a size 6. I've gone down to the 12mm fruit and nut magic beans, and I've had 2 since then, so it's definitely worked. A few fish have been coming out along this bank, so hopefully we can get a few more.
Right, just a little midday update. Tom has just lost one. Everywhere else has been quite quiet. It's quite like shut up shop everywhere else. Like down to my right there, we're catching quite a few this morning, and then it's gone dead there. Not many signs of fish. There was a couple of little occasions where I thought I'd see something showing over by where my bait is, but nothing's come of it. Oh, come on then, liners. Yeah, more liners. But yeah, further ado, I'm gonna go get myself a nice latte on the go. Get a nice latte, sit back, watch the water, get some rigs tied up, ready for tonight. Come on the carp. That's 3 rigs tied up, ready to go. 3 magic beans, 1 white, 1 orange, 1 yellow. Oh, Tad, mate. It's just a smidge over £22. 420, that'd do though. After a very slow few hours, I thought it wasn't going to happen until tonight, but here we go. Another 20 pounder, and this one just over 22 pounds. It's not got a massive frame to it, but this, the width of the top of it, if you look from the top, it's got a big old thick back, little hunchback mirror. Yeah, absolutely. How long? Whoa. Okay. Just one more little holder. What a battle it was as well, Tom. It absolutely beat the granny at me, didn't it?
Coming close.
It for about 5 minutes. But just slowly, patiently waited. And then she gave up in the end. And went into my net. Tom picked up the back end of his rods. He ain't had a bite for a little while, it's been quite quiet. He's picked the back end of his rods up because the swans are swimming past and he didn't want him to take his line. And he's picked them up, swans are swam over his lines, he's put them back down, then it's going beep beep beep. I'm saying, no, that swan's definitely got it caught on its leg, but it's not, he's got another fish on, so yeah, happy days. Tom's making up them numbers now. It's going to be a close one if he keeps getting them in, because he's had a few more than me today, haven't you?
Yeah, they've been coming today.
What's that one, yellow magic bean? Anyone wants to come up to Birch Lake at Coke and Farm, yellow magic beans, fruit and nut are absolutely ripping it up. And I don't know what it is, there's something about the yellow. I've got whites. Whites did a few bites last night, so I can't say nothing about that, but whites did a few bites last night. But during the day, and definitely during the night, the yellows are definitely the one doing the damage. Good man, Tom. Both went around there about 10 minutes ago and baited up the swims as well. Tom put a couple of kilos out, I'll put a couple of kilos out and just spread it across both swims, all the way about a rod length out. And then we're just casting the bags over the top. Any size, Tom? It's a cracking fish though, isn't it, Tom? Yeah. Proper cracker, mate. Look at that.
Another scaly banger.
Have a bit of grass. That's me and Tom's sword for scrying tonight. Gone fishing calf at Coke and Farm. Nice chicken burger, bacon cheese chicken burger with chunky chips, onion rings, a Biscoff cheesecake and a can of Coke. £17.20, not too bad as well, delivered to your swim. Yeah, so if you come to Coke and Farm and you're worried about food and that, I wouldn't even bother. I would just come here. They do breakfasts every morning and dinners every night. And you've got a big old selection. They do like all sorts, like Chinese boxes. I think it's like, I might be mistaken, kebab boxes. Yeah, happy days. I want to scrounge this and I'll get back there. Lovely. So what do you reckon on the food then, Tom?
Absolutely delicious, mate. Top drawer.
Can't go wrong
If you're
with
coming
that,
here, you got to go there.
Delivered to your door, Tom and that.
Deliver to your swim. Great service.
Do a burger taste test.
Burger taste test.
You got to do the big bite. Rate out of 10. Hashtag Brady style.
Okay. Got to be an 8 out of 10, definitely. Absolutely lovely.
Mmm. Banging. You gotta eat it like you're on the bank as well. Bit right in there. Hits the spot different.
It's usually about the time someone gets a run when we're having dinner.
I can imagine this is what fish are like when they eat fruit and nut boilies. Just go right on it. And just eat half a burger in one bite. Lovely.
Okay.
So I was wondering why that burger was a little bit dry. Lovely, hands down, absolute beautiful burger. Wondering why it was a little bit dry. Tom's just left all the sauces in the bag. Who does that? Look, he's had his burger, look, he's got his sauce now, I'll vet mine.
Didn't notice
as long
it,
as
mate.
it's alright, mate, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Literally didn't notice it till then.
Unbelievable. Right, another one. I've lost count of how many fish. I'm just going to have to go back in the video at the end and find out. But I think it was about 15. But what would you say this one has got? Is a common or a mirror? I'm saying fully scaled. If you look at the scales on it, I'm saying 100% fully scaled. It's fully of all fully, there's not one gap in it. It's just fully scaled, completely all over. Absolutely stunning fish. And another one to the yellow magic bean. Nice and tight to the island. Probably gonna get that one back up tight if it does go, and then I'm gonna put the second rod closer to the island as well, because I'm sat back about a rod length off. But yeah, happy day. 17.5 pound. And hopefully that's the start of a busy night. Come on, Barker Baits. Bosh. This is how many swans we've got to deal with. We've got 2 over there. 2 over there. 3 over there. 6 million down there. They're absolutely everywhere. Rain's starting to drizzle in. Fish are just starting to bosh left to the left of me. Hopefully in the next hour or 2 it's boat time. We can get this on the road. Going into the final night now. Feeling fairly confident. I'm sure it's going to be a repeat of last night. Get to about 8-9 o'clock and then the bites start flowing in continuously. Let's hope so. Anyway, are you confident for tonight?
Yeah, mate, of course I am. They're going to come in again.
How many are you having? How many are you having tonight?
Hopefully I can catch up with 2, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? But if I can just get a 30 pounder, that'll do.
Yeah, of course that'd do. Anyone would be happy with a 30 pounder. But yeah, it's getting dark now. We're not going to see much out and about. So, unless I catch a fish, I'll see you lot in the morning. Bosh. Just a quick update. I've just been woken up. It's now 10 to 12. Just had a double take. A big fully scaled thing, probably about 20 pound. And a very small carp at probably about 6 or 7 pound. But that's another 2 carp added to the tally, and I've just slipped them back. Tom's absolutely out for the count, sounder. So I'll just slip them both back. I've got the rods back out. I want to catch back up on a bit more sleep. I said I was going to stay up, but I'm absolutely knackered. There's nothing else more I can do. I did go out there and put a lot more bait out before I went to bed. And I'm casting bags over there, so I don't really want to put too much more bait over there. So yeah, well, another knock. Rods back out there on the money. Hopefully we can nick a few more tonight. I thought it was going to kick off. It hasn't, as much as I thought it would. But there's still the rest of the night to go. Hopefully we can make it happen. Just want one of them big ones now. Come on, a carp. Little morning update. Few more come out last night. I had another 3. How many fish did you have, Tom? I'll talk for about whereabouts I've been catching a lot of my fish. So the first night I had a lot of them, just probably about 6 or 7 wraps in this sort of little bow area here. I've done a lot of fish. I didn't put a lot of bait over that, was just fishing on bags. And then that sort of went quiet, and then obviously I put some bait out on the island on that first night, and I probably put it about a rod length. See my marker from there to there, I'll probably put it about a rod length from the bank, and I've put a nice spread over, probably about 1.5 kilos, 2 kilos in total. and then I was catching a lot of fish on there, whether I was fishing tight to the island or on the actual bait. I was catching a lot of fish. And then obviously last night, the middle spot quieted it right up last night. Didn't really catch anything off that spot, and I was catching them off the baited spot, which I put another kilo of bait on there last night. Yeah, so my advice to anyone coming down here would be as little as often. So just say put your bag out there with your bait, start off with a kilo of bait, get a few bites. Once you feel like they've cleared it up, let's say 2 or 3 bites, put another kilo out, and then just keep the bait coming out there. I think what I did was not keep the bait going in as often as I should have. I think I should have put it in every few hours, went around there, chucked a little bit more out, just to keep the fish in the area. Because I think what they were doing was clearing me up, eating all the bait, and then just moving on to the next person. Just gonna walk round the Steve's Peg now and see how we got on. Yeah, seems not as many fish come out last night. The night before, a lot of people were saying, yeah, I had 3 or 4 last night, I had 3 or 4 last night, but I spoke to a few lads on the way round, and one of them had a couple, but the other had nothing, so it's definitely slowed down a lot. Obviously the weekend was the first weekend the lake was open, and obviously a lot of bait was obviously put in, so I know there's a lot of fish in here, but the amount of bait that mate, there was a guy that had 60 fish, or 60 runs and landed 48, and he reckons he put like a ton of bait in. Stevie boy.
Morning guys, I thought I'd give you a quick update of my peg, which I've been in since we started about 36 hours ago. It's a corner peg, hardly any water at all, and the fish just haven't been here, no liners, no signs of fish. They seem to be in the main bowl in the middle. They're coming down about as far as the peg next to me and then turning back round and going down. The guy next to me's just packed up. He's had 3 or 4 fish, so literally just got the rods out there, and fingers crossed we can nick a fish before the next guy turns up in about 2 hours time. I think it's about the only chance I've got of a bite, because like I say, I've not got any signs of fish in my peg. There's no wind blowing down, so it's the sort of peg, if the wind was blowing into it, I think you'd have it to yourself. I'll just show you where the peg is. So I've literally got from that bridge there where that swan is to just in front of my rods there, where that swan is there. No, not even where that swan is, sort of. That's where my swim ends there. So yeah, the peg next door, it gets much wider, and as you go down the lake it's even wider still. That's where the fish are holding up there on that sort of far margin, sort of a rod off. Lewis is across in front of me where that camper van is, so about where that swan is now. Lewis is on the other side of the lake, just round from the island, and Tom next to him. Both been catching well over there. Yeah, so my peg, I think you really need the wind pushing in to get any bites there, but like I say, we've still got a couple of hours before someone moves in next door. Got the rods there now, so fingers crossed. Catch up with you later. That might.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dave's just moved out his peg, and literally 5 minutes, put the rigs in Dave's peg and away it goes. So fish just weren't in my peg. Hopefully we'll get a few now. We've got a few hours left, so oh, you
Come off down there. By the looks of it, Stevie boy's got one. Come on, you got to land this one, my man. Let's have a look. Stevie boy, Stevie boy.
Stevie boy's got it.
Right, and that's us done. All the gear's packed away in the car. We're just waiting for Tom to chuck the last little bits in the motor. And we've got a nice hour and 10-minute drive back home. Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure fishing at Coke and Farm Fishery, and what a great crack Birch Lake is. Anyone heading down to Birch Lake, make sure you get your fruit and nut boilies and your fruit and nut pellet, because it absolutely smashes the granny out of it down here. Bosh. Thank you for watching. In a bit.